Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Christian, that's Nate,
Yeah, yeah.
and we are unofficially opinionated. Wait, where's my air horn?
Woohoo!
Brr, 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 brr. Someday I'll get it with the soundboard. But yes,
Yeah.
we're back. We're still going through The Last Airbender on Netflix, and we are on episode 5. We spent a couple episodes in
Was it 5?
Omashu. Yeah, we're on episode 5 now.
Oh, wow, okay. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
listen, progress.
yeah.
Progress. Oh my goodness.
We spent 2 episodes in Omashu, so it felt a little
Right.
bit lengthy. I think we're
Mhm.
finally leaving
Yeah,
and
okay.
ready to continue the adventures of the Avatar. And I say, standard fight.
Well, I was gonna
Oh,
say, why don't they well, I guess he's the only one that really knows how to fight.
right. What? When did she learn this?
Okay, I know, what? Gracious gracious.
Oh,
What was that, charred?
it's like burnt up forest.
Yeah.
How many more forced have died because I wasn't here? Because
Oh,
I
for the
don't know what
love
I'm
of
doing.
God. He's so annoying right now. Bro, you were not there because you couldn't be there.
Life is a cycle, and out of death comes new life.
This is
This
true.
will be a
Forests
forest
do
again.
burn like this.
Well, I was gonna
That's what we should
say,
see.
Because humanity keeps building like civilization, like where all these trees are,
mhm,
then we have to try to prevent them from burning in that way because it gets in our way. When again, like the cycle should be like every so often they need to burn to get rid of all this underbrush and like
mhm,
rejuvenate, and then it kind of continues the cycle. So
right.
some of these like natural cycles we kind of interfere with because they're inconvenient for us
Yeah.
when it really kind of needs to happen.
But that's a weird kind of concept, right? Because, there is that on the one hand where people are like, well, don't interfere with nature because, it's nature, blah, blah, blah. So, when they're shooting these nature documentaries and they're like, oh, this, poor defenseless animal is about to be shredded by a bear, but we can't
Yeah.
intervene or whatever. But then on the other hand, like we kind of I guess, supposed to be like caretakers. We have to make a way, in the earth. But everything that we do has kind of like a consequence, right? So it's really kind of difficult. I don't know. It's really difficult. I granted humans are just doing it in excess. So
Right.
there's that. But I mean, like, even if you weren't like, you still end up eventually leaving your footprint because the earth seems to like to rebalance itself, like to find a balance. Right,
Whereas
yeah.
there are other cities that are trying to be more natural and more in harmony with the environment,
Hmm.
because yeah, I mean, there's ways that we could do this. That yeah, we need to live places that make cities, but we could also be much less destructive, like
Invasive, yeah.
much less reliant on even cars, right? Like we could go back to being more reliant on kind of more local, like walking, that kind of thing, which would be less
Hmm.
harmful. But we
Yeah.
like cars and we like driving and we like like all this asphalt that we build out just
Hmm.
causes heat. Like, it just gets so hot in the city just because of all
Yeah.
this stuff that just
I
causing heat.
mean, and do we really like cars? Like, I mean, no one
We
likes to be in traffic. They
we
like the freedom
we
and
like the convenience, right?
the
We like the
convenience, yeah.
freedom to like, and we're used to it, right? It's
That's so crazy
yeah.
because it's not even like, apart from that, like going to work and coming home and stuff like that, people don't usually use sorry, what I'm saying is they usually use their car inside the city, right? But like to take obviously to other countries and stuff like that, they use another form of, transportation. So at the end of the day, you don't actually really need your car if you have good public transportation,
Yeah. And my wife was just saying
So
how much she missed being in Europe, and just like, even though she got tired of having to walk everywhere a lot
mhm.
of the time,
Yeah.
she did miss, like, how it was so walkable and how you could
Yeah.
just, like, pop in here and have a meal at this place for a reasonable price, and,
Yep.
it was just a much slower pace in a lot of ways, and able to, like, function without, like, getting in the car, driving
Yep.
here, parking
Mhm.
there, and like all the time, and
Yeah.
invested in that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, cities in the US are very much more are very much kind of spread out. So it's actually necessary, and they have bad public transportation.
exactly.
So it does end up being necessary. But here in like Geneva, for example, I walk pretty much everywhere. Unless I have to go outside of the city of Geneva, uh, I I walk.
You know better than to wander off by yourself.
Hey, see, she dropped this. We're not here to cause trouble. She was just scared.
Why do you guys look so intimidating?
They do look intimidating.
Right.
But they
Don't
also
worry.
all 3 of them chased after this one kid.
I
I think
So,
know.
that
like
happened too. Something like that.
But why is everything sick though?
You sounded a lot more confident before.
Because all of this is my responsibility.
Yeah, me too. So where'd they go? And they're like right in front of
So,
you.
what do we do?
We watch over Aang. Once his spirit crosses over, his body will be vulnerable. We need to protect him.
Well,
do
how
you
do
know?
you know that?
How do we know
Who told you
this
this?
Perhaps this will help.
Nope.
No. Did you see the waterbenders?
Nope.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Liar.
There is one who lives in a stone hut not far beyond the woods. He may know what's become of your friends.
How do you
Follow
not
the
know?
path,
Why
and
don't
you
Yeah,
will
why
find
don't
him.
you know?
Wait.
No, let's pause.
What did you mean about danger? What can
No. No. See?
They always got to give a quest.
Always. Always. Like, come on, bruh. Just tell them what they
Right,
need to
there's a
know.
man in a cabin. I was like, you know all this, but you don't know where the people are. Like, you run all of this, don't you?
Oh
Like,
my goodness. Yeah. That's
and
just
can't you
so
just send them back if they don't belong here? Like, I don't
right,
understand.
exactly. And then also, why are you threatening these 2 humans when you got this whole slew of humans that are in here? Like, why are you
Right,
taking your
yeah.
time with them?
Yeah, I'm not
Like,
sure
I
is he
don't
threatening
know.
them or just saying like there's things in here that will do like what I guess I always just want more explanation. Like what like why are there things here that are gonna destroy them? And how
Yeah.
come you can't
But like my question is, why are you so worried about these new fresh comers and there's already some like older I'm all leaning out my camera. And there's already some people who've been in there for God knows how long. Like, aren't they in danger? Aren't they in more danger? You know? I mean, I
yeah.
guess we'll find out, but like,
Yeah, and what it like are you like what do you just know stuff but can't do anything?
well,
But you also don't know everything? I don't know. He's like,
well, he said he is the spirit of all wisdom, but not necessarily like
I
knowing
guess.
all things, I suppose.
And I guess I was viewing him as like the spirit of the forest that they're in, or something.
Yeah,
Maybe I guess he's just a spirit that is here.
yeah. I don't know.
Okay, I
But
guess.
yeah, I'm sorry. That just really frustrated me because
Yeah,
like you don't need to. Yeah, you don't need to do another quest. Just
right.
tell them the
Yeah, but
information
I
that
mean,
they
I
need.
guess it's my fault for maybe I just ascribe too much knowledge and power to this huge owl, right? I
Yeah.
just
Hmm.
you get the impression, oh, this big huge spirit runs things,
Right.
but again, like I guess he's just one of many
Many
spirits here,
spirits.
and
Yeah.
he happens to
Hmm.
know some stuff. He just looks very imposing, but then is
He
like
does. Yeah.
also like useless.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, that's sorry. That just frustrated me. I'm just
Yeah,
like, oh god.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. I'm such a nerd. I think like I just get frustrated when like I don't know how stuff works or like why things are
Hmm.
certain ways and just things just happen.
What you know? What would be interesting is to write a story where you've already written down the mechanics, right? But don't explain them. But you write the story based on the mechanics that you've already written down, right? So that you leave the like reader or watcher in like trying to figure out what the mechanics are, and then you can expose the mechanics maybe later or whatever, and see if they're right or not. That would be cool.
Yeah,
But I kind of feel like when people are writing, they don't really write down mechanics
yeah,
because there's always these loopholes that I'm just like,
yeah. I mean, and I think also it's easier to explain them if you're in a book
mhm.
because
I have no idea now. I'm confused.
I guess we'll see. Well, you know who isn't
So,
confused?
oh my goodness.
Ah!
The transitions are back.
Our lovely patrons at
Yes.
patreon.com/unofficially opinionated.
Hey, y'all.
Just a quick thanks and shout out to our visionary level supporters, Babs, Kate, and Abby. Y'all been
Babs,
rocking with
Kate,
us
Abby.
for a minute now.
Yes, they
Like
have
we've
been.
been part of
Those are
like
ride or
the
die.
OG crew. Yes,
Yes.
exactly. And there's some of our reflective levels as well. So thank you guys for sticking with us. Thanks to all the new people that have joined of late. And if
Hmm.
you guys are watching regularly, you'll see some new names pop in and out of here. So, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Yes.
It helps us do this. And so again, if you want access to the full reaction, so those of you on YouTube, I'm not sure you may see 20, 30 minutes of this, maybe 40
Hmm.
minutes, but I guarantee you there's a lot more random discussion to be
Yeah.
had and listened to. So if you like that kind of a thing, hop on over and subscribe, and you can also see a 2-hour reaction to a 40-some minute show if you would like. And as always, no, if that's not your thing, can't afford it, that's cool. If you want to pop in for a few months, gobble down the reactions and then unsubscribe, I'm not gonna be mad at you. It happens.
No.
We understand. It's
Yep.
all good. Or you want to join for a certain show, come
Hmm.
back later for a different show, that's cool too.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. And if none of that's what you want to do, don't
Hmm.
forget to like and subscribe. That you can do, and it is free.
And comment.
And comment. Yes, it does
Yep.
help us be seen and help other people find our content. So yeah,
Yep.
get
Bruh,
it
calm
together.
the F down.
That was intense.
I know you have always believed there is a right and a wrong way of doing things. It is a mark of a great leader. But the rules are different out here.
Hey,
Oh,
Skunky, why'd you pick on someone your own size?
okay. That's not you.
I didn't mean me.
It's not a monster. It's hurt. That's what pain does to you. It changes you into something that you're not.
True
Don't you
story.
know what it's like to be hurt?
Message.
I was wondering if she was going to be able to bend in the spirit realm.
Right. So why are you doing this? So we can find you?
You don't have to make excuses for him.
Who was
I
that? Is that
hoped-
his brother or?
When he really had to prove himself that he'd do better.
So there's a lot of things that I actually wanted to talk about because they mentioned a lot of things, but I just wanted to keep seeing what happened. Um, I wanted to talk about like kind of the fear aspect, which is something we've already talked about, but then also about do you what do you think about people having to face being forced to face themselves like um you lived your whole life kind of denying or not dealing with a sort of situation and then you have to face it. Do you think people would uh you know how people would handle that? And one of the things I was actually thinking about was like like Sandman. I've brought this up before, in Sandman where he forced the people to face the reality of who they were.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I was thinking. And then there was another one that I was thinking just now with him. What did he say? Um, he was like, I can't help you be the. Oh, he was saying, I don't know how to do it, right? And that is like a big problem, right? So like people wanting, having like ambition and wanting to go somewhere, do a thing or whatever, but they just don't know how to do it and you don't know where to start and stuff like that. So those are the three things I want to. So go. No.
All right. Well, okay. Okay. Where to start? No. I do think it's interesting. I I wonder where it's going to go with this whole fear thing, because having to face who you really are in and of itself is not a bad thing,
Right.
right? So I
Hmm.
wonder, you can see it's kind of leaning into causing into encouraging them to despair over this thing, right? So
Right. Hmm.
like this, whatever this thing is, isn't just like having them confront it.
Hmm.
It's whispering into them to like despair over it and to
Right.
like kind of lose hope because of this
Hmm.
thing that they didn't want to deal with, right? Which I
Right.
think is a problem. Like
Hmm.
reliving trauma isn't helpful to just keep reliving the thing, right? Like
Right.
that's what PTSD is. It's reliving the thing as if it's
Hmm.
happening now. Also, like I know for me, it's sometimes difficult to step forward with limited information, right? Like
Yes.
Aang
Hmm.
keeps being stuck on like I don't know what to do,
Right. Hmm.
but he told him, well, you know more than you think. Like you know where to go
Hmm.
and you know how to get there, right? So that you don't know all the stuff to become the avatar and all the stuff, right? You do
Hmm.
know the next steps and how to do those things.
Right.
Keep making steps towards that,
Hmm.
what you do know, instead of doing nothing or
Right.
getting stuck on the stuff that you don't know. And I'm talking to
Right.
myself. Like it's very
I'm
easy.
talking.
I'm just,
You talking to me
you
too?
know,
So.
like it's just like, hey, like, like, hey, I know this much and I
Hmm.
know which direction.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let me use that and go that direction.
Right.
I don't know exactly every step, like
Right.
10 ahead, but I do know the next two.
Hmm.
Do the next two. If I
Hmm.
get stuck, then we reevaluate. But no
Right.
need to wait until I know all 50 steps
Right.
before making a single step.
Right.
Because again, also like path may change on the way,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah. I think that's very poignant and very. I think that's very enlightened, if you will.
Oh,
Because
excuse me.
call me Buddha.
Mm,
Like,
confused. Astral
There's something
projection.
I need to tell you. You couldn't have done anything
thank
if
you.
you'd stayed with us.
Finally, someone said something.
You couldn't have stopped the Fire Nation. You couldn't have prevented the war.
Yep, you'd be dead.
You would be
You would
dead.
have just died.
All right. Well, folks, thanks for watching.
Yeah.
We'll have a kind of a review episode coming up pretty soon. We'll dive into our thoughts overall on the episode and things we liked, didn't like.
Yep.
We'll try to be balanced, not just dislikes.
Yeah, because this wasn't a bad episode,
Yeah,
to be honest.
it wasn't. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was. It was. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say
Uh,
it. The show that should not be mentioned.
yeah.
If you've been in the channel for a while, you know what I'm talking about. It need not even be said. But
Yeah.
yes, I guess we'll catch y'all in the next video.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.